You know that feeling you get when you bite into an unripe pear or banana, munch on too many walnuts, or sip red wine, and your mouth gets dry, rough, and puckery? That feeling is your mouth temporarily turning into leather. We make real leather through a long and complex process, with a central step called tanning, in which we soak animal skin in water along with plant material. If we took skin off an animal and didn't tan it, hungry bacteria would release enzymes that cut the skin's main protein, collagen, into digestible bits, essentially causing it to rot. But when we tan the skin before it can rot, chemicals called tannins leak from the plants and bond to the collagen, blocking the sites the enzymes could cut, and giving us rot-resistant leather. But plants don't make tannins so that humans can have long-lasting, protective clothing. Instead, they make them partly to protect themselves from getting eaten. Which brings us back to your mouth. When a deer, or a human, eats a leaf, the protein-bonding tannins in those plant parts latch onto the slippery proteins in our saliva and on our tongues and cheeks and cause them to stick together in a tangled mess, giving us the dry, rough feeling of a tanned tongue. Some animals learn to avoid plants that are particularly tongue-tanning, but we humans, lovers of spicy, bitter, and rotten foods, have actually come to like this feeling, in moderation, so we seek out foods that contain tannins, like grapes, pomegranates, pecans, chocolate, coffee, and tea. But if we overdo it, our mouth's slippery proteins get so tangled that the friction becomes really uncomfortable. Luckily, the bonds between tannins and proteins are temporary, meaning that a tanned tongue, just like a freshly tanned animal skin that hasn't yet gone through the rest of the leather-making process, can be untanned. Just wait for your mouth to create enough new saliva to dilute the tannins and carry them away. Or, drink your tea and coffee with milk and eat your grapes with cheese, the tannins will bond to the milk's proteins, instead of yours, leaving your mouth smooth and leather-free.